So, topic of today's video is going to be dating in today's social media blue pill era and whether, you know, things are going to continue to get more frustrating for men or, whether things get better and over time, what can we do to help our chances as men? So, reason I'm covering this topic is because as a small YouTuber, then it's just best way to grow is to look on the inside of black YouTube and see what the bigger YouTubers are talking about, and just on my end, on my small platform, just give my perspective on the matter. And in this case, a lot of the content creators and black YouTube are just covering dating. They'd also cover stuff like colorism, they color swirling, but in this video today, we're going to be talking about dating and what men could do on their end to make it easier for them. So overall, then we know that we live in a social media era. Then it started, coming that way back in 2004, 2005-ish, where, we started having, MySpace, then Black Planet, then Facebook, then Twitter, then Instagram, and just all of these other things that they got out here these days, where it just brings the world closer together. Instead of the only social network that you had was the people around you, around your school, around your neighborhood. Now you could talk to people that's on the other side of the city. Then you could talk to people that's in another city. Then you could talk to people that's in another state. You got money, you could fly somebody out that you like. All of these things are possible. And with such, women, they can take advantage of social media and just use their good looks, just combine their good looks with social media, and they get more visibility. And we all know as men that we're attracted to what we see with our eyes. We like eye candy. Women, between men and women, women, they're the eye candy, and they're going to be more sought after. They're going to get more looks than men. As men, that's sometimes the case. Some women look with their eyes and they end up chasing after men that look good. But what are the odds of that always being the reasoning behind why a woman pursues a man? Because looks ain't it. Most of the time, then it's a variety of other different elements. So then you have, in a small percentage, the looks, you have his ambitions, and you have money, and you also have resources and honor. Women, they like men of status too. So it's all of those things that makes a man sought after in a woman's eyes. But as us men, unfortunately, we look on the outside, we look for, assets, and we look for a pretty smile, and we look for nice skin color, we look for a pretty face. And women, all they have to do is just have those things, which most of the time, then it's not something that's active, it's passive. Some women are just born with what we chase after. And, when so many men get to start the chasing and, simping and, running up behind these women, becoming followers, being the pursuers, women, they can play the games that they play, the stuff that makes it get annoying, where they're, playing hard to get, they can be very difficult to communicate with in text messages, where, you're trying, which I'm pretty sure many of us men have probably had that. For an example, where you're texting somebody that you just got their number and you're sending paragraphs, lines, you trying as hard as you can to get the conversation started. And, the woman, on the other hand, is being dry, where, okay, yep, yeah, cool, for sure. You're getting all of those one-word reply backs. And then you get to the point where, for an example, then you're either debating within yourself, should I call her out? Should I, keep on trying, or should I give up? Which in either way, you don't get the girl, because if you give up, she has, believe it or not, probably 99 other guys to talk to. You call her out, then she could just, cancel you anyway and talk to another dude. If you keep on texting, sooner or later, then she's not going to be responding at all. May end up turning to a one-word reply back, and then sooner or later, you may not get nothing back. And, that's truth, and it is what it is. Pretty sure, men ain't gonna like the way that sounds, but, it's just, once again, social media era that we live in now, where women, they have all sorts of visibility. All they have to do is just look good. All they have to do is take a couple of thirst photos, be in a t-shirt, be in a drawers, right angle, right sorts of pictures, and they can have men all day chasing them, and they can get attention whenever they want, even when they don't want it, or even, when they're just not in the mood to want to deal with men, they always have attention there. So we're not a problem. We're not something that women naturally have to put in any effort to get, because the attention is always there. And as long as us men are, putting them on a high pedestal, pursuing them, bowing down and worshiping them, they can continue to play the games that they're going to play. Which, as men, the only thing that you can do, you have one option, well, two technically, but the way the first, second one, and it's in my opinion, and I don't see it ever happening, which I'll go ahead and get into that one. Second choice that we could do to fix all of this would be to stop the blue pill. You can fix that however you want, red pill, whatever that's out there to stop all of the blue pills. If we could stop those men from, chasing these women being thirsty, problem would be solved, because men wouldn't be so thirsty. They wouldn't be in these women's DMs, and they wouldn't be, with all of the pickup lines and chasing behind them, that women, the attention, it would start to die down over time, and eventually these women would be looking for that attention. How come these men ain't in my inbox no more? How come my DMs ain't full? How come, the guys at work ain't all over me no more? And eventually they would start to put themselves out there, and they would start pursuing and getting in our faces the way that, men want, and, to get the attention coming towards them, which that's why I said, really, then there's only one way, because that right there, I don't see blue pill men throughout the country and also just throughout the world, where, getting a woman is difficult. I don't just see all of those blue pill men hanging it up and not, being so thirsty and just being a pursuers anymore. So with that being said, the only realistic option that you have is to make sure that you're head, shoulders, knees, and toes above all of the other men. So in other words, what I'm saying is, you have your clout, you're in shape, you're taking good care of yourself, you're taking care of your business. So, your money is right, and whatever passions and goals and ambitions that you have, you're not being lazy about those, and you're getting up and chasing them, and, making sure that things are happening. And, when women see that, they're always got value in men. They're always have their little measuring stick going on, where they're racking and stacking men. And if you're coming out at the top, then you're cream of the crop, you're going to get the attention. So to sum it all up, you have to now chase them indirectly. So you're not in their DMs, you're not making a first move, and you ain't running up behind them, then you're making yourself attractive. So, you're focusing on your honor, and you're focusing on your status, and you're focusing on your resources, and you're just focusing on the things that naturally attract women, and you're letting them come in to you. I mean, think about it. For the men that are out here listening, or, women too, this is also, not just exclusively for men. Remember those examples or those periods or experiences in your life where, you wasn't worried about no woman. You was just minding your own business, whether that was at work or at school, or just you was worried about you. You wasn't even looking for love, wasn't even looking for no relationship, and it found you, and it slapped you right on the back of your head. Ain't those relationships the easiest ones to go after? The easiest ones to get into when you're not even looking for it, then it came to you, then it fell in your lap? That's why. Because, the woman, then she chased you. Then you didn't go chasing her, then she chased you. She pursued you, and, you didn't have to go putting in all of that work, where it seems like it's you putting in 95% and she's only putting in 5%. Or you putting in 99 and she's putting in 1%, or you're putting in 100 and she's only putting in, nothing. Then you're doing all of the work, and it shouldn't be like that. Woman, they should be at least meeting you halfway. Or, slightly, pursuing you a little bit. That's just how I am. In 2020, I don't do any pursuing. If I'm on, let's say, Plenty of Fish or Tinder or just online, if I see a beautiful woman, I'll like the picture and that'll be it. But as far as, me just doing all of that chasing, I don't do that because, that's just not something that, I want to get into even in 2020. Then if I got to end up missing out on a woman, it is what it is. I just refuse to stoop down and just get into all of that, the pursuing game, because there's already too many men doing that, and I refuse just to be another man in some woman's DMs. That's just not the way that I am. Then I'd rather, set myself apart and let her come to me. And if that's going to take time, while I get myself together and, get all of my things in order and, to continue to build up, then hey, I'm cool. They like it, I like it, But as far as, just actively chasing him, bending over backwards, going on all of these dates, spending your money, investing your time to later just get ghosted, that's not me. And, I encourage other men to start to value your time more, not to be wasting it so much, because all you have to do is just change the dynamic, stop chasing them, let them come to you, and things will get better, then it'll get easier. So just overall, then that was just my opinion on a topic. Then I'm not going to make this video any longer than it needs to be. Then that's the video for today. Thanks for tuning in to Diverse Radio. Then I'm Micah, your host. And until next time, peace.